Hey guys! In this video, I want to talk about the difference between Filipino students and American students. I just want to say that everything that I will tell you today is based on my personal opinion, and I am not talking about all Filipino students or all American students. This is just my general observation. If you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comment down below and we can talk about it. Alright, let's do it! Number one, Filipinos are very competitive compared to Americans. I'm gonna give you a classic example. So in the Philippines, after we take our exams, our professors and our teachers would stand in front of the class and then tell everyone who got the highest and the lowest scores. In the US, they don't do that. They literally give it to you upside down to make sure that you're the only one who can see your score. And I think the main reason why Americans do that is because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. So if the person got a low score, then you don't want to embarrass that person in front of the class. And then when you look around, nobody is comparing scores, which is very different in the Philippines, because when you look around the classroom, everybody is like comparing scores, and people who got the high scores are like super proud of themselves. In my opinion, I think the Philippines approach is more appropriate because I like competition, and I think competition is good. It gives you the motivation to do better. Number two, most American students work while they're studying. A lot of American students, especially in college, they work at the school libraries, at the cafeteria, even fast food chains. Whereas in the Philippines, a lot of students really don't work while they're studying. The main reason for that is because it's really hard to find a job in the Philippines. Also, I feel like there's an age requirements in the Philippines. I was 16 when I started college, and I couldn't find an actual job because I was underage, and you have to be 18 before they can actually offer you a job. So I personally think I like the American approach better, because working while studying, even though it's hard, it prepares you for the real world. You know, it gives you an idea on how to be really responsible with money. Number three, Filipinos put too much pressure on themselves. So because most students can't find a job while they're in school, they rely on their parents to support them. So normally parents pay for the tuition fees, pay for the books, pay for the allowances and everything. And that's why they feel a lot of pressure that they have to do good, that they have to give it their best, because they don't want to disappoint their parents or disappoint whoever is supporting them, to make sure that all of their sacrifices are worth it. So in the US, because students are working and normally they pay for their own education or they take student loan, they don't feel as pressured because they are paying for their own school. So if they don't do good, then it's on them. They're the ones paying for the student loans after they graduate anyway. And in my opinion, I think you have to find a balance between two approaches, because if you put too much pressure on yourself and set a really high expectation, and for some reason you don't get to that expectation, then it's gonna be a big problem, because you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna hate yourself, and that's not mentally healthy. Just make sure that you find a balance between studying really hard and also enjoying the process. Number four, Americans live on their own. I know a lot of universities require their freshman students to live on campus, whereas Filipinos still live at home while they're going to school. And that is a cultural thing. Filipinos tend to stay at their parents' house for a long time. And in my opinion, both approaches are good, because living on campus and away from your family teaches you how to be independent. In the Philippines, it's kind of hard to learn how to be independent if you are still living at home. If your parents are still cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you, washing your clothes, and all of that. But it's also great because you get to spend time with your family, and that's the reason why Filipinos have a very strong family relationship. So that is my comparison between Filipino students and American students. Like I said, I am not talking about all students in the Philippines and all students in America. This is just my general observation. I hope that I didn't offend anyone, because it's not my intention. And if I did, let me know too, and we can talk about it. All right, that's all guys. Take care and God bless.